What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be covering some snipe filters that you guys may want to use here in this game to help you guys build up your MT. Now, as always, I always say this in every other year that I've made videos, sniping can be hit or miss. I'm not going to tell you guys to sit on these filters all day, every day, but I've actually found myself making a pretty good amount of MT by just looking at these filters, just like legitimately in between games. Basically, what I would do is I'd play some breakout games, I'd snipe for a little bit. If nothing was showing up, I'd hop back up on the filter, or I'd hop back into a game, come back to the filters, and go on and off. And I was actually able to build up a good amount of MT and even build a team like this. Now, I'm not going to say that all of this came from, building up through snipe filters, because if you're in the streams, then you know. If you don't know, then maybe you should be in the streams. But what I will say, guys, first things first, I want to talk about right away is these gems of the game players, especially with all these people, throwing these cards up and not knowing what their values are. I just want to talk about some of the cards that I've been able to flip and actually how I've been able to do this. So first things first, let's talk about Michael Finley, right? You look at Michael Finley on the auction house, you see one is up right now for buy now for 68K. This one will probably be gone by the end of today. Somebody will definitely purchase this card for, again, 68K MT. I have a Michael Finley. I was actually able to pick up Michael Finley for 40K MT. So if I wanted to right now, I could sell him for about a 22 to 23K profit after tax and everything, probably a little bit more. But yeah, so that is just one example. Another example is Marcin Gortat. Now, I don't have him anymore, obviously, and there is none up on the market. I was able to pick him up for around 78K MT, and I did just sell him back right when I actually hopped on my account for 100K MT. Again, making really good profit from just two of these cards alone. For the fastest and best My Team grinding service, be sure to hit up Rose NBA. The link to his Twitter will be in the description down below. Now, another card that I want to talk about here as well is in the full throttle set. If I could find him. Nope, that's definitely not who we are talking about. Where is bro at? Am I like blind? Where? Jerome Kersey. There we go. Jerome Kersey. You guys can see he's selling for 68K at the lowest. I was able to buy mine earlier in the year for 44K MT and was able to sell him back for, I believe, 64K MT. So, again, guys, a lot of these promo cards are able to be picked up very early on and then look to be flipped very, obviously, later on, right? Kiki Vanderway, same thing. I've seen people actually be able to pick up this card for as low as 80K, and right now he's back up to 100K, and there's only 4 up, so he's probably going to go back to either 100K or maybe even 100K plus. So a lot of these promo cards, guys, when they do come out, you want to focus on picking them up and obviously looking to sell them later on. Now, the promo cards are a little bit iffy, but these gems of the game cards are really where it's at. Honestly, just go through and just see the ones that are going to be good. So, again, Baron Davis, Aaron Gordon, Michael Finley, Moses Malone, all very good options there. Cliff Robinson's a very good option that people like. Kerry Kittle's another really good option that people like. I'm not even joking. Me, personally, I'm actually debating on buying this one right now. Because I think you could buy this card for 77K and somebody would buy him for 100K. A lot of these cards, like I said, still do hold value. So I'm not going to tell you guys to pick up every single card, but even Anthony Davis is another good option. LaMarcus Aldridge, Al Horford. These are Amis, guys. Maybe Al Horford's value is a little bit low right now, which is fine. Some of these cards aren't going to be too great. But yeah, you guys just want to be paying attention to these cards because eventually, you could pick up one for very cheap and look to flip them pretty well. Even Jeff Green, I feel like buying this one for 65K, once this other one goes away and there's none up on the market, I could see him selling for 90K. Now, I want to talk about promos again here, kind of backtracking just a little bit here and talk about Josh Childress, right? So this card, I just want to see what he's going for right now. Yeah, he's still selling for around 5,000 MT, which makes sense because this card is pretty solid. Some 4,900 ones up right there. But this card, guys, when these packs first came out and people were buying them and everything like that, and people, obviously, again, they were buying them, they were selling them. A lot of people, because they saw he was a Sapphire, were throwing them up for 100K, or 100K, or they're throwing them up for 1,000 MT. I was actually able to buy a couple of these and just immediately flip them for 5,000 MT. Mainly because, again, people don't ever really look at the value of these lower tier cards in a guy like Josh Childress, who is a 6'8 shooting guard with really good badges, really good stats. He's going to go for a decent amount. Maybe you look at a guy like Patrick Ewing. Again, no real value there. Maybe you look at a guy like, well, definitely not Earl Boykins. We definitely don't got to talk about him. Nope, I want to look at another Sapphire here. Let's look at Odin or Olden, whatever his name is. This might even be the same thing, honestly. I mean, again, you're looking at 6,000 MT right there. I think, nope, okay, so a lot of these, you know, maybe not him. Obviously, he's not that great, but again, you want to look for guys that are good budget cards, like this Josh Childress, that people are going to look to sell really early and really quick, which then you could buy and sell for a profit. So obviously going on to the auction house here, some things that you guys can literally do is just go to Gems of the Game and then, Gems of the Game and then set this to Amethyst and then same thing. You guys just want to set obviously your minimum buyout to 500 and then you can set this max to virtually whatever you want. I mean, me personally, I would probably just set this to 82K and just see who comes up. You're obviously going to get players that come up because some of these cards are not really worth their value as much. Like I said, Jeff Green is still a card that I think is pretty slept on, honestly, right now. Same thing with, like I said, Kerry Kittles. But you honestly want to focus on cards that only have one card up. I mean, even, like, maybe not Chris Paul, but even like Darren Williams. Like, I feel like you could potentially make a little flip right there. So if you guys think that you can pick up these cards cheap enough, I would take the chance and do it with a lot of these because, again, Amethysts are really valuable right now. If you guys are obviously seeing this video in a couple of weeks or a month from now, it's not going to be the same. But I do want to also talk about rubies. Same thing. There's a lot of rubies that do hold good value in this game, like James Posey, like Alonzo Mourning, like Dario Saric, like Chris Mullin. Steven Jackson's like, all right. A guy like D'Anthony Melton. I mean, this is another card that if you guys can obviously get for really cheap, you guys will be able to look to flip them as well. Again, this Melton card, guys, I got for 20K in the beginning of the year. And I actually just want to go ahead and take a look at what some of these cards are going for now. Now, as I'm doing this, I do want to say, because I know there's going to be some people that are going to say, oh, well, you got them in the beginning of the year. Like, obviously, that's easy to snipe then, whatever. You could still do this. I literally sniped Gortat a couple days ago and was able to flip him again for 20K profit. It's literally just the timing of obviously looking at some of these cards. But again, Melton's not even up. I guarantee you I could sell that Melton for like 50K MT. I guarantee you. Because he is a very good card that people are going to want. So if you guys could find some of these other cards that will hold value, like maybe even a Vooch, maybe not Vooch. But again, just finding cards that do hold value. Maybe Westbrook. Maybe somebody puts up Westbrook for 20K, 30K, you buy him, sell him for 50K. Again, there's a lot of cards that hold value. Glenn Rice, same thing. So you guys want to be paying attention to these Gems of the Game cards. And then obviously when it comes to the new promos, you guys could legitimately just go to search, type in the new promo. So obviously you have the power search promo here. You guys can go to Sapphire. Now again, it kind of gets ruined with this other guy, but what you guys can do is set this to shooting guard and, you know, obviously look to snipe this card if any come up. Again, you just look for the cheapest. So none is even coming up here for that much. We look at 5,000. There you go. You have the two for 4,900. I mean, the best case scenario is you probably get one for under this. So I would just set one for 20 or 2,500 right here and just keep refreshing a little bit. None come up. You go play some games, come back, and you guys will be good to go. Now, again, I'm not saying Josh Childress is the one to go for. Tomorrow, there's a brand new promo coming out, so look to do that. You guys obviously will see, again, new promo cards dropping, new budget cards dropping. That'll be the time to go ahead and look to try to pick up and snipe some of these cards. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a like if you guys did. If you guys have any other filters that you guys like, comment them down below. And yeah, peace!